and welcome to part 4, the last part of our little mini-series going on where me and Andrea rate every single map on CTF. We are down to the last 4, so we're gonna rate and give pros and cons of 4 maps. And then next week we will rank all the maps, so hope you guys enjoy.
Hi.
Okay, so the first map for this video is Eruption.
Yeah.
Andrea, what do you think of this map?
I like the lava part, decoration lava part. I think that's interesting. Other than, the map in general is just, it's interesting, but it's kind of annoying to play. Especially if you're trying to rush. A lot of people like to stay, at their base. And it's not really getting the flag. Getting the flag is not the issue. It's getting out without dying. Because there is only like
User entered your channel.
Oh.
Hi. Like you could most likely get to the flag, but you can't really get out of the flag without teammates. Because there's only one way that you could get out, and you basically go all through spawn. So if you get to kill a red, so there's only like 2 ways that you could, get out of the base. And since spawn is right there, even if you kill them, they're just gonna spawn like right in front of your face. So it's very tricky to get out of it alive. But then once you get, if you pass bridge, I think you should be okay. Mid isn't very complicated. I think you have enough space to PP and stuff and use bow, sword, whatever you want to do. It's not too bad. There's also like a bridge over here, like at mid, that kind of takes you through mid, I guess, kind of like Clash Valley. So if anything, you can use that if you're that trouble. But I mean, theme, I think it needs a lot more color, I guess. It's very stony and gray. Kind of depressing, and then the lava is just like, ooh, see,
Death.
I don't see much of a light. Yeah. And the parkour is just very. You see, if you do parkour, you're most likely gonna get shot off. So I wouldn't advise you doing that. But a lot of people like to do it. So okay, so what do you think of this map, Tyler?
This is, for me, I know you said this about Castle Wars 2, so I'm going to say this about this map.
Oh my god.
I think this is a Walmart version of Clash Valley, and
Oh, that's a good one. Actually, I could see that.
I just, it's too crowded for me. I don't really like how there's just blocks everywhere, and mid is just clustered. It's just too clustered for me, and I really do not like getting the flag on this map. I think it's very difficult, even though TNT is making it look easy.
For real.
I mean, it's a good map to get kills on, I guess, if you like that, but really, that's pretty much a lot of maps are like that. So really, adding this map is kind of pointless to me, because we already have a lot of maps that are good for kills. Again, I think this is way too similar to Clash Valley. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have much to say about this map. It's kind of dumb in my opinion.
What are some pros of this map, Tyler?
I'd say some pros would be if you are a defender, you will definitely love this map. I think you can easily get a lot of kills here, and I think that, even if, the good thing about getting the flag is if you can get out of your base, or get out of their base, like Andrea said, then you can pretty much be safe, because the only dangerous part is their actual base. So I'd say defending would pretty much be the biggest pro in getting kills. Andrea, what are some cons?
I think that if you're trying to get the flag and like if you're trying to rush, it's very difficult because you could die really easily, and a lot of people like to stay by their base. Or it's not even that, it's just the fact that once you die, you spawn like right, like basically almost on top of the flag. So it's just, if there's like an opponent nearby, you're most likely gonna try and get it or stay nearby. So you don't really get the choice of leaving so quickly if you know that someone or there's people that are gonna get the flag. If that makes sense, like you spawn like right there, so there is no way you could miss if someone has the flag or if someone's gonna try to get the flag because everything is like in that corner, like in that over there in the base. So it's like so easily to spot someone that's trying to get the flag. You're gonna die most likely if you do the parkour, unless nobody's watching, but that's almost never gonna happen. It's just a boring map. Like I kind of agree with Tyler with the Warmore version. It really is a Warmore version of Clash Valley now that I really think about it. Then there's like random places that you could like land on, like over there, like what?
Oh yeah, I got stuck there one time. It's a really
I
stupid
know.
room.
It really is stupid. It's just there. It's like if you fall off, you're dead. If you land there, you're dead because you can't get out of it. So it's just death. This map is death. You fall somewhere, you're dead. Like there's no escaping it. What do you rate this map, Tyler?
I think I'm going to rate this 2 out of 5 because I think I rated Clash Valley 3 out of 5, and I think that this map is deserving of a 2 out of 5 just because it's lesser. It's not as fun to get kills on here like Clash Valley, and getting the flag is way harder on this map than Clash Valley as well because the spawn and the flag placement are terrible on this map. It's probably one of the worst, in my opinion, next to construction. So I really just do not like how spawn is placed with the flag. It's just a really unnecessary map to add. It's too similar to a lot of the other maps, and I don't really like the theme of this. It's pretty.
I don't really get it. It's kind of
Yeah,
like underground.
it's an underground Clash Valley. That's pretty much what it is. If
Oh
we're
my
being
gosh,
honest. It,
that's weird.
it really is because they got the buildings and everything, and the base is just like
Hmm.
it. So yeah, I think that's why I'm gonna give this map a 2 out of 5. What would you rate this map, Andrea?
Well, I think I'm gonna agree with you with 2 out of 5. I've actually capped a couple of times on this map, so I can't completely give it a 1 out of 5. I think it's a map that you can play like once every day and then you're fine. Like you can't. It's not like one of those maps that you want to play more of. Like you could play like 5 times and you won't really get tired of it. But after you play one time of this map, you're just like you're so done with it because it's so boring. It's plain. I don't even know. Like it's not even fun for rushing, and even defending is kind of boring. There
Yeah.
just isn't anything interesting about it that makes you want to like, ooh, I want to play this more often, or hey, let's race each other, or like let's go and get the flag. Let's see who could get more kills. Like I don't know. So yeah, it's just 2 out of 5.
All right, so that was our opinion on Eruption. Okay, so this is Castle Wars, the original Castle Wars, not Castle Warfare, regardless of what the thing says. Andrea,
Yay!
what do you think of this map?
Okay, so Castle Warfare, or as everybody else that's normal calls it, Castle Wars, because nobody has the time to actually call it Castle Warfare. It's
Yeah.
really, really fun. I think it's just one of those maps that is like perfect in everything, if that even makes sense. Like this, spawn is at it's at a like it's a very good place. The flag is at a good place. Like it's a good, yeah. Um, mid is pretty good too. Okay, I'm just gonna say good for everything. Uh, hey, it's a very 10-10 map. Let's just say that. It's pretty easy to rush and get the flag. Even though, okay, Tyler, sure, just because I'm killing someone does not mean that you have to actually take the flag. What the heck? So yeah, it's a very rush friendly map. Defending also, I mean, if you like to camp by the stairs, but even though it is, you could still, most of the time, you can pass. You could kill them or you could pass them and still get the flag. Like it's just a very, I don't know, it's just a really good map. And even when you get like leaving the base is really easy. There's a lot of ways that you could actually leave the base, which is great. With this map, you could either go on the wall on one side or the wall on the left side, or the wall on the right side. So, or mid if you're, that strong about it. You could go through mid. You have a lot of options, and you really don't need a lot of teammates, to be honest. Like it's a very solo map.
Yeah.
You don't really need someone else to be there guarding you, unless you know that there's gonna be someone waiting midway or something. What do you think of this map, Tyler?
Well, I love this map.
Really, I
It's
have no idea.
it's like the oldest map in the game, so obviously you gotta give respect to that. Is Griffin gonna kill me? I
OG.
don't know. I don't know if I trust Griffin. It's very balanced in PvP. I think the only time that this map can really be annoying is if, just like Castle Wars 2, people are crowding these stairs and bow spamming. Um, because it's really hard to rush if everyone is just sitting on these stairs, bow spamming everyone that comes up. That can be really annoying. But other than that, I think this map is a lot of fun, and I think that, like Andrea said, it doesn't really require teamwork, although Andrea did help me get this flag. Um, this is definitely way better than Castle Wars 2 because there's so many different ways to get in. Oh, there's someone up here. But yeah, there's several different ways that you can get into this base. There's underground, there's the walls, there's the parkour, there's just lots of different ways that you can run and hide. And I think that's why I like this map so much. But yeah, it's just a really OG map, so I definitely love this map. Andrea, what are some pros of this map?
Okay, so we have a lot of options to get to the flag or out of the or yeah, to get the flag or out of the base with the flag or whatever. You could use, you could use your bow, you could use a sword. It's not limited to anything. There's a lot of space to do everything. There's also a lot of space to sneak around, which is pretty nice. It's an OG map, obviously. Like, it's one of the first maps ever, and it's fun. It's also really fun to play. It's more of like a solo map, like, for me at least. I think you don't really need much of teammates to be able to cap with this map. What are the cons of this map, Tyler?
I think the biggest con would be sometimes camping here can be really annoying. A lot of people can just sit on the stairs and bow spam the whole game, and that can make it really complicated to get up to the flag. I'm sure there's been lots of Castle Wars games that we've played where we've just been frustrated because their team is just all up here guarding. Kind of like what's going on now, except I have the flag, so they're just protecting me. But I'd say that's really the only biggest con about this map would be the camping and the easy defending that can go on in this map. Andrea, what would you rate this map?
I would rate this map 5 out of 5. I think we already know the reasons why. Yeah, it's a very fun map, and it's just really interesting to play. If you want caps, this is a great map for you. Even if you want kills, you could also just go somewhere and just bow spam or just defend and bow spam for life. You'll most likely get a lot of kills by doing that. What do you rate this map, Tyler?
I think I'm gonna rate this map 4 out of 5. The only reason I'm not giving it 5 out of 5 is because this map does have its times where it's being a little annoying with camping, but that's not really the case most of the time. Most of the time this map is a pretty great map, and it's great for rushing and getting caps and everything. It's just a very well done map and very balanced in gameplay, so I definitely enjoy this map. So yeah, that was our opinion on Castle Wars, and I'm going to cap before people kill me. Okay, so next on our rating maps is Sandy Fortress. Andrea, what do you think of this map?
Okay, so this is interesting map. It's interesting just because we don't really have a map that has like all sand and kind of like this type of theme, and it's kind of like desert wise. Yeah, I haven't like seen like all the other maps aren't really like this one. I think this one is very unique and very different compared to the other ones. The other ones have a lot of castles or open fields and stuff. This is more sandy. I don't even know exactly what this is, but it's sandy. It has a few trees, has a bridge, which is like the main one. The parkour isn't really out like Clash Valley. It's like to the side, but like against the wall. So it kind of makes it not like easy to pass through it. Like it's not that dangerous, I guess, compared to the other ones because you have a wall to protect you from one side. The bridge is interesting. It's pretty small. There's also like a section over here that the other maps don't have, so I think it's pretty interesting. If you like need like more space to PvP, might as well just bring your opponent to the other to the middle and just be like, wait, hold up, so can we fight over here? Okay, so this map is also very different compared to the other ones. Just because once you pass the bridge, you have to pass a mid on their side, on the opponent's side, if that even makes sense. Like, do we have like two mids? Like, our base is kind of like has a mid over here. What do you think of this map, Tyler?
Oh boy. So this is just not one of my favorite maps. I don't really like this map. I don't know what it is. I think the main reason I don't like this map is again the spawn and flag placement. And I don't like mid. It seems like every game that I play, except for this one, it's both teams being on their side of the island and then just shooting arrows throughout, or shooting arrows on both sides. I just don't really like the gameplay of this map. I don't really care for the theme either. I mean, sand, it's kind of boring.
Ouch.
I mean,
Gosh, well, where you live is boring. Damn.
well, that's true.
I'm kidding.
I don't know. Getting the flag is really complicated on this map because once you get the flag and you jump off, like everyone is just waiting for you. You have to really time it perfectly to be able to get away with it. It's pretty hard to do.
Like Clash Valley?
Yeah, it's very similar to Clash Valley actually, and you know this map is kind of a mix of Clash Valley and Lost Kingdom in a way because on Lost Kingdom you had one bridge going down the middle.
Do you always have to include that method?
Yes. Yes.
That's great. That was nice, though. I did not see that coming.
But yeah, it reminds me a lot of both Clash Valley and Lost Kingdom because just of how the maps are designed. I don't know. I don't really like the gameplay. It bothers me. It's not fun getting the flag on this map. I do occasionally get it. It's definitely not my least favorite map, but it's definitely towards the bottom, I would say. So yeah, Andrea, what are some pros of this map?
I think that if you have a good team that's like really good at fighting, you have a lot more chances of getting the flag. But if you don't, and then you're probably stuck either in your base or at the bridge part of this map. It's a very team-based map, I think. Because even if you get the flag, you have to get out of it alive, and obviously you can't fight, so you need your teammates to clear the area out, or the bridge area at least. It's nice if you like using your bow. I think it's a very good map to do that in. Usually parkour is the safest route to take when you're in this map, playing this map. Well, I mean, if you like sneaking, this is a great map for you. I have seen a lot of people sneak, you know, in the buildings or on top of the trees. It's a great map for you because I'm pretty sure people are not going to find you. That's for sure. And you could just sneak your way up. There's a lot of times that I've actually sneaked my way up to the flag. What are some cons, Tyler, of this map?
I'd say some cons would be actually rushing, because I think it's pretty complicated to do that on this map. Very often teams are usually pretty good at defending. Even if they're not a good team, it's pretty easy to defend on this map. I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain because the way that the spawn is set up, it can be very difficult. Listen dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I also think the theme, in my opinion, is a con. I just don't really like it. I would say the gameplay is probably the biggest con for me. Andrea, what would you rate this map?
I would rate this map a 3 out of 5. Just because it's, I don't know, like I used to really like this map before. I mean, I still kind of do, but like I said, it's not like a map that I would like want to play all the time. But, you know, if it's chosen, you know, I'm just like not really mad about it. I'm just like, oh yeah, whatever. I've actually gotten a lot of good kills on this map. I've capped on this map. You know, I've done pretty well on this map. I never really had a big issue with it. Although sometimes it really gets annoying when it comes to capping, just because it's really hard to actually get the flag and get out alive with the flag. What do you rate this map, Tyler?
I think I'm gonna rate this map 2 out of 5 actually. I don't think it's bad enough to where I would leave it if it started. It's certainly not one that I would purposely vote for, but it is one that I am not gonna like slash leave from it. My biggest issue with it is rushing and getting the flag, which obviously that's something I like to do, and it's just not really fun for me to do that on here, and it's pretty complicated. It is good for defending and getting some kills, which I don't usually go for that, but it is a good map for that. There has been actually quite a few intense games here, now that I remember. A couple days ago I was here and the game ended in a tie, and then there was one game where it was just a 1-point win. So it can be intense, but mostly because it's both teams both spamming from either side. So I think I would give this map a 2 out of 5. So that was our opinion on Sandy Fortress. Okay, so last map on our mini-series is Asylum. Andrea, what do you think of this map?
Okay, well, I'm actually glad we're doing this last. I really like this map. This map is really fun to play. I feel like it's a very, very short map compared to the other ones. I kind of like the whole mountain in the middle. I think it's pretty interesting. I don't know why. It's just different, so it's nice. Pretty nice to rush, too. Works for me. And there's like 2 ways that you could get to the flag, which is not the best, but it's pretty, not too bad either. At least, you know, it's not one. Yeah, I mean, the theme is pretty interesting. I mean, there isn't really one, but the combination of everything, it's a very nice map to look at. If that even makes sense. I don't know, it's just really nice. What do you think of this map, Tyler?
Well, I love this map. I remember the first time I saw it, I knew that I would love it. I love how wide open it is, and I love that it is a rusher-friendly map. Reminds me a lot of Jungle Warfare, actually, in the sense that you have to run quite a long ways, and then you get up to the base, and you run for your life, and the side has 2 little secret side entrances, kind of like Jungle Warfare does. So that's pretty nice.
Tell the world I'm coming home. Let the rain wash away all the pain of yesterday.
Okay, so the only really downfall I have with this map is actually the soul sand. I don't get why they added it. It just causes you to slow down, actually, if you're rushing and you land on it. That's really the only complaint I have with this map build-wise, because I think it's a beautiful map. I mean, the theme is pretty much what the map is called, Asylum. It doesn't really look like a mental asylum, but I think the bricks kind of make up for the asylum feel. I don't know if mental institutions are made of brick. I don't know. I've never been to one.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it isn't very. Yeah, it doesn't really have the feel of it at all.
But I love the gameplay of this map. It's really friendly for rushers, so that's why I really enjoy this map.
What are some pros of this map, Tyler?
I'd say some pros would be definitely rushing and getting the flag is very easy on this map. You can get the flag pretty easily. So I think if you like to get the flag, this map is definitely fun for you. And just the build, I think this is a beautiful map. It's probably my favorite of all the 5 maps that were added when it reset. So definitely a pro there. And yeah, I love the gameplay of this map. It's fun to rush it. Andrea, what are some cons of this map?
The anvils. It has come, I didn't really think about it, but after it was mentioned in chat, honestly, I have lagged so many times because of it. I have died and just been stuck because of them. So I think they're very dangerous. Yeah, people like to wait for you to pass by. Like the mountain, when you pass by the mountain, they like to wait over there, shift their bow literally drawn. So that's a big annoying con. So be aware of that. But I think that that's basically it. I really enjoy this map. What do you rate this map, Tyler?
I think I'm gonna rate this map 5 out of 5. Actually, I love this map. It's very unique and it just reminds me a lot of Jungle Warfare. So I think that's why I really enjoy it. And just the build, I think this is a beautiful build. I love the bricks and all the leaves and everything. And my only dislike about the build is the soul sand. I think they should remove that because it's really random and it just slows you down if you land on it. This lamp here is very bothersome. It's not centered, so fix that. Otherwise, I love this build. And and the soul sand. Yes, please change that. But yeah, I love this map. I enjoy the gameplay of it and everything. So that's why I give it 5 out of 5. Andrea, what would you rate this map?
Well, I'm also gonna give it a 5 out of 5 because I really like this map too. Even though it could get really annoying over here by the stairs, it's just like an obstacle that every map has. So it doesn't really bother me. Like it's not one like that shouldn't be a reason why I lowered the rating just because of that. So yeah, that's why I just give it a 5 out of 5. It's just a pretty fun map, pretty easy to cap, or at least to rush and try to cap. And yeah, just the theme, the trees are very pretty. Everything is based really nice and it looks really nice. So that's why it gets a 5 out of 5.
So that was our opinion on Asylum, and that is the last map that we have for this miniseries. And I'm gonna cap now. Alright, so that's going to do it for this last part on our mini-series. I hope you guys have enjoyed us rating and giving pros and cons of every single map on CTF.
No, I didn't.
Oh. Except for Lost Kingdom, but it might be re-added soon, so that's awesome. Be sure to look out for it next week where me and Andrea will rank every single map 1 through 13, and that will be the last part of this mini-series. So I hope you guys will check out that video next week. It should be pretty entertaining to see.
Cue sad music.
It should be pretty entertaining to see what our different rankings are, so that'll be kind of cool. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Subscribe to Andrea as well. Her link will be in the description. And yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. But that's going to do it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Always remember to live Moss. Goodbye.
Bye.